Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 1356 Public House for the 2024 Season 22 Division Draw. My name is Sam Skibby, Commissioner of the SWBL. We are here at 1356 Public House, again our presenting sponsor for this new season of the SWBL. You know, I don't know about you, Brian, but I'm feeling 22. And I know Season 22 is out, and Taylor Swift might be at the Super Bowl next week. She has a concert in Japan, right?
Yeah, it's 13 hours, actually.
She couldn't make it in time to see her man, and you're a big fan of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
We avoided that weekend, obviously, to be here for our division draw. This is the earliest we've ever done our division draw. But Brian, thank you for being here, kind of being the co-host for us. We've always kind of tried to co-host this as much as possible. We have a lot of players in the background ready to join us. We've ordered our food. Talk about 1356 coming back again for our presenting sponsor.
Just pumped to be here again. This is such a great place to not only host events, but just a good partner that's been backing us for the past couple years.
Yeah.
Food's amazing, super convenient location at 141 in Big Bend. And yeah, they just always take care of us, you know?
They do. You get the private event space at no cost, you know, with our sponsorship. We will be back here again a couple more times throughout. We might do a podcast here and there. We'll have our captain's meeting. We'll probably do it outside if it's a nice day. And then obviously the big one on Friday, May 24th, for Season 22, we will have our social event here, indoors and outdoors. Come on down, bring your families, everybody. Get some great food, some great brews at 1356 Public House. Brian, we are here. Division draw. This is our Super Bowl of scheduling, basically.
Yeah.
This is where it begins. There is a buzz of excitement here in this private event space because this is really where your season begins and who is in your division. Who do you play twice in a season? And we have, yet again, a chance for the same exact divisions as last year.
It's wild. It's wild that can happen. I mean, our division has been the same for the last 2 years. If we end up playing again the same two teams for a third year in a row, that's just going to be wild. But the fact that all teams could play the same thing, like at some point, then you start thinking, should we just institute these as the divisions?
I don't know. And you got to blame it on the Rockies and the White Sox because the Rockies were a tier 3 team. They were 2-8 a couple years ago, and now the White Sox have jumped down, and they were 4-6, and they sneak into that tier 3 too. So that White Sox and that Rockies the past 2 years has made it eligible for us to be the same exact ones. Will we see it again? We are going to find out. We're going to call up a captain from each of the teams. They're going to come on up. We're going to chat with them for a little bit, and we're going to draw out of our Breck-X bucket. We always have our Breck-X bucket for our division draws. Let's go through our, why don't you name our sponsors for us here, Brian?
Cardinal Blinds and Shutters.
Cardinal Blinds and Shutters back again.
Corner Pub and Grill.
Corner Pub and Grill.
And Ketting Ice Center.
And the Ketting Ice Center. All three are going in the bucket, as you can see. We'll mix it around as we go. We want to thank those three sponsors for coming back again for our division sponsorships. They've been, I think it's been 4 years running.
Yeah, I think so.
It's been a constant cycle we've gone through. Corner jumped in about 3 years ago or so, and we have every team represented here except for one today, so we'll get to that. Had to cancel last minute. The A's had to cancel last minute. But last year we had, I believe, every team here.
No, that's not true. We had one team that did not have a player. We did have somebody representing every team.
That's what I meant.
That's what you meant, yeah. But we did not have a player here from one team.
Yes.
This year, actually, technically, we don't have anybody here for that team either.
We'll talk about
but we'll
that
talk
later.
about it later. So.
Well, let's get this thing started. We have ordered our food. We might have some interruptions with some food here and there, but we want to make sure we get this out to you in a quick video for you that will be on YouTube you're watching now. Thanks again to all of our sponsors, especially 1356, our presenting sponsor for the SWBL. I don't know about you, but it's time to get started for 22. First, we'll call up John Light to the stage. John Light for the Orioles, our champions.
Yeah. Come on over here, John.
He's going behind us. No, he's going around.
He's going around now.
Champion of Season 22. Oh, isn't that sweet?
Oh, yeah. Warren's in the background there. Yeah.
Now, John,
Hey, Johnny.
The trophy is in-house. It is here, and this is the first time that you've had a lot of firsts. You were the captain of the All-Star team. It was a fun experience for you last year being second place, and now you get to pick first in that as well.
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, and
very excited.
so back-to-back years you're the All-Star game captain, and we are defending champions this time around. You get to pick first for the division draw. Excited to be here as the defending champs?
I am. I'm excited to draw. Let's get it going. I mean, this is going to be an awesome season, and I can't wait.
Yeah, and Brian, this doesn't really matter, right? You know, Tier 1 is just picking your sponsor.
Picking your sponsor, basically.
And I love all three of our sponsors, but if I could pick one out of here, I'd pick the Ketting division.
Okay.
I like to support the Castellani.
Yeah.
And I'm a client of Ketting. I go there.
Same
I
here.
see Dr. Joe.
So am I.
I know that the Cardinal Blinds provides great blinds, and
I have their blinds.
the Jeeps are great at the Chrysler Jeep dealer, but let's draw Ketting, so.
And Corner Pub is now our division sponsor instead of Glendale Chrysler.
I got it
okay.
wrong. Sorry, guys.
I will tell you, the Orioles, Ketting Ice Center would make sense because they had 4 of the top 6 players in walks last year for the SWBL.
Yeah, so they can use some eyesight.
We have the eyesight is what it is. All right, our first draw for season 22.
Cardinal Blinds and Shutters.
Cardinal Blinds and Shutters.
Put it on the board.
I'll put it. John, you want to put that on the board for us?
You got it. Thanks,
Write it
Sam.
in blue.
Thanks, Brian.
Good
You
luck
got it,
this
buddy.
season, John.
Appreciate it.
You know, like we said, this one really doesn't matter a lot. It's the Tier 1 teams will be written in blue. The captains will write it in as they go. We got the big board behind us that we'll maybe show a little bit later. But Cardinal Blinds and Shutters is the Orioles, Brian. And that means the A's and Astros and the A's need to avoid Cardinal Blinds.
So we can avoid that. That would be good. And we'll definitely break these down a little bit later. We'll also, the talk about the divisions will obviously heat up as we get into, the captain interviews and team previews, season previews, things like that. But yeah, not a whole lot to talk about right now, but people are it's just going to be interested once we get to Tier 2. So.
Yeah, Tier 2 is when things will get interesting, and Tier 3 is when people have a hush over the crowd and what's going to happen. Next up, we'll call up Mr. Scott Poley.
Scott Poley.
Scott is in attendance. He is representing the Yankees today. Yankees, as Scott enters the booth here with us. Scott, thanks for being here representing the Yanks.
You're welcome.
How's the team feeling? I know coming off a championship 2 years ago and making the championship game again, but a loss. But is the team ready to go for this coming season? And there's been a lot of debate. Will the front office and the captains pick the Orioles for the defending champs as the number 1 seed, or will it go back to the Yankees, who had 4 of the top 10 hitters from last year? What do you think?
I have no idea.
What team is ready?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah?
We haven't talked about it, but I think we're ready to go. Yes.
And I know this really doesn't matter for you as much. It's going to be corner or Ketting, so we're going to get this rolling here, and we'll see which one you pick out of our Breck X bucket.
Ketting. Before I get my eyes checked.
Let's go.
Ketting Eye Center. A lot of us in the SWBL have the Ketting Eye Center. Well, Scott, we're going to have you put that on the board for Yanks.
All right.
Thanks for being here
Thanks,
at
buddy.
1856 Public House. Well, obviously, this means the Twins have one. We'll call up Chris Metter in just a moment.
Yeah.
He just arrived for us once the Yankees get in place. But they're going to be in corner. These were the same Tier 1 teams
As
the
last
past
year.
2 years. The year before that, the Orioles were a brand new team, so they were not a Tier 1 team. But the Yankees and Twins have been a Tier 1 team for the past 3 years now. So not a stranger to picking without knowing who their divisions are going to be. Let's call up Chris Metter for the SWBL Twins.
The most anticlimactic pick of them all.
We'll have you pick it first. We know what's coming here for you, Chris. It's going to be Corner Pub and Grill. That's the last one in there. Chris, your team is the second most represented here at 1356 today. That's got to make you feel good as a captain that everybody's here.
We're proud of that. We're proud of our commitment. Location helps, but we're still proud. Our numbers are here.
Yes.
Sweet.
And, Chris, it's been a kind of a back-to-back years of the Twins not making the championship game. What's it going to take for the Twins to turn it around and kind of break the Orioles or Yankees out of there and get back to that winning style that you've been so accustomed to in the franchise era?
Yeah, we're putting ourselves in the right positions. It's just a couple of plays here and there we need to execute, get a big hit here or there, and change our fates.
Who's the number 4 hitter for the Twins this year?
If Edlow shows up, you might be surprised. So
Yeah.
probably going to be Will. We'll see.
Okay.
Well, Edlow and Will, if you're watching, show up, and let's be a fun,
We'd love if Edlow would show up, but we're just not sure.
All right. Well, the Twins are always going to be we're going to have you write that up there for us, Chris. Twins always
Thanks for
a
coming,
threat
Chris.
to win the championship, and that'll keep us going for tier number 1. Let's go through it again here, Brian. Cardinal Blinds and Shutters will have the defending champs, the Orioles. Ketting Ice Center, the second place Yankees, championships previously.
And then corner has the Twins.
Corner has the Twins.
They are the front runner leaders right now.
Yep. And as the food comes out here at 1356 as well, we have Tier 2, all the teams are represented. Talk about playoffs last year, Brian. You and the Rockies faced off in the wild card game.
Yeah.
So the Rockies did edge you out in that victory. What's it going to take for your team to kind of get past that first? You need that first playoff win under your belt. Are you in the right position?
I think so. I really like our team. Even with the loss of David, we've still got a great pitcher in Cam. And Jimmy came on last year, and so he's going to take over that number 2 role, has proven it on the mound in the past, and he's going to get a bigger role in that. So I think, really kind of what Chris just said. We just got to put ourselves in a better position, not let ourselves get in a hole trying to climb back out. That's been the case for our playoff runs so far, is trying to dig out, and we fight, but we can't quite get there. So we got to just start hotter.
Well, Rockies had a fantastic season last year,
Yeah.
huge turnaround year for them, and they won the wild card game, and then they lose to the Yankees in the semifinals. Chad Young winning Cy Wiffle. So
Fantastic pitching performance.
This is where
last
it's
year.
going to get fun.
Yeah.
Brian. This is where it gets fun. I'll have you kind of start the interview off with Blake, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
We'll get it going. So we're going to call up Blake Spencer of the Rockies to get us going for tier number 2. Blake, welcome.
Hop in here. How you doing, bud?
Thank you. Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. So looking at the, obviously the tier 1 guys, is there any team you're not wanting? Is there a team that you're hoping to get?
You know what? In particular, we're a little more scared of the Yankees, but overall, everything's very even. All the top tier teams are so extremely well positioned that doesn't matter at this point.
So and you guys had a great year last year, and Chad really was phenomenal on the mound. So I'm sure you're just hoping just to continue the improvement. Even some of your newer guys, Adam and Jason, both had fantastic years too. So is that just kind of the outlook coming into this year? Is just continue to take another step and try to get you guys back into that final championship game that you guys are so accustomed to being in the past couple years?
Yeah. Well, losing Grant's been such a pivotal part with the Rockies
Rest in peace,
for
yeah.
as long as I can remember. So it'll be
okay.
tough to replace Grant, but we have our eyes set on someone in the offseason. We're trying to drive that offensive firepower, so we're trying to rebuild.
Okay, a little hint for the fans out there. Okay.
Rockies will be participating in the draft to help bolster their lineup. Blake, this is where things get interesting and fun. Last year you had the Twins. So will it be the same or will it be different? We'll find out. Give it an old shake for Breck X. Here we go. Our first tier 2 team. Cardinal Blinds and Shutters. Congratulations. Is going to be
Cardinal
Blinds and Shutters.
And it has changed, people. We will have new divisions, at least 2 new divisions.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Way to
with
go,
the
Blake.
Yankees, Expos, and
All right,
Marlins
throw
division.
your name on up there.
With green, yes. Throw it on up there. Rockies in the Cardinal division, and this has a lot of storylines, Brian. This is the Orioles and Rockies. This is Brett versus Blake,
Yeah.
right? This is two people. Peter with the Brewers had faced the Rockies so many times. So the rivalry will be strong between those 2 teams, especially with the Rockies improving year over year with their team.
Yeah.
Should be exciting.
It should be good. And again, the Rockies had such a good year last year. They've got a tough pitcher. It's definitely going to make it tougher on the Orioles to have some of the success. Those 7-3, 8-2 seasons they've had in the past couple of years. So.
Well, success has been in the Orioles' favor against the Rockies as of late.
Yeah.
4-0, or it would be 2-0. Are the Orioles against the Rockies so far since the Orioles have joined. So, it's the Rockies really want to get a win over the Orioles, and they have 2 chances to do it in season 22. Let's bring up your teammate, Mr. Cam Smith.
All right.
Into the booth for the Astros, who will be at the number 5 position.
Yep.
Now, obviously, Cam, welcome.
Hey.
Hey, bud.
This will be this will decide basically the rest of tier 2. Oh, very good. And so Cam, you'll be polling. You're not in the Orioles division. finally. Past 2 years have been.
The orange division is
Yes.
no longer.
Yeah.
So we'll have one orange game. So the battle of the orange teams will only have one game to decide it. So we need to have like some type of cup, like oranges, like a
Yeah,
bowl of
that
oranges.
works.
A bowl of oranges?
Or
Yeah.
something.
Orange bowl.
And then it gives us the orange bowl. So Cam, you have either Yankees or Twins, obviously two powerhouse teams here. If you do pull the Ketting Ice Center and the Yankees, it guarantees that every division will be different already here in Division 2, which would kind of be fun to already pull. But either way, is there anything you are expecting, wanting out of this Yankees Twins? It doesn't really matter.
We beat the Yankees last year in one game.
That's
it was
right.
their first game, but
That's okay.
We did beat them. I feel like we do pretty well.
We
against
yeah
the
we
Twins.
we did okay against the Twins. We didn't win, but we stayed in the game.
Yeah, we play good games.
Yeah,
against
so yeah.
And we talked to Brian earlier about it. Astros haven't won a playoff game yet. They're looking for that first playoff victory. Been in the playoffs 2 out of the past 3 years. The loss of Olderman, you obviously are stepping into that number 1 role. So what's it going to take for your Astros team to kind of get over that hump and get that first win?
I think it's just the same thing we've been doing. We play as a team, and we go just one guy through 1 through 4 in the lineup, and we'll keep going. We'll finally get that playoff win this year. It's going to happen.
Well, let's see. Yankees or Twins? We're rolling them around here. Yankees or Twins, and this will decide the rest of division.
It's going to be
Pick a
tier
good
2.
one.
It is
Corner Pub and
Corner
Grill. So
Pub
we get the Twinkies.
division. Twins and
Thank you, Spencer. Thank you.
Can't wait.
Twins and Astros will be in the same division. Cam, thanks for joining us.
It'll be
There's a green marker if you wouldn't
Got
mind
it.
writing it
Throw
up
that
there.
guy up there.
Boys.
Thanks, bud.
Let's go Stros.
Let's go.
And let's just call up Jordan, who's going to be representing the Marlins. This will be an interesting conversation. We already know what's in here. We're just going to hand it to you.
Yeah.
Ketting
so,
Ice Center.
Yeah. Our first question: are you representing a team that you're for sure going to be on right now, or because you are a free agent and technically you're not a Marlin, so
Factually, I am a free agent. Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
should we expect you to sign anywhere else, or is it pretty much a lock that you're going to be a Fish?
It's been a quiet offseason. My agent is yet to bring me a formal offer from any team, including the Marlins. I'm still waiting on that.
Okay.
Hopefully it comes soon. I think it would take a big offer to get me off the Marlins. So.
Yeah, team that gave you a shot.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, Jordan, you have been a cornerstone of that Marlins team, it seems like, the past 2 years. And while you and Luke took a step back last year, didn't make the playoffs, you got to believe you're going to be good contenders. And now you get 2 more shots at the Yankees. What's it like being a part of the same division, possibly?
I asked the guys who do we want next year, and they said someone different than the Yankees. So we didn't get our ass, but hey, maybe that means we'll get a couple Sam Bakula games. We always love facing the meatball, and it's always good fun.
Well, yeah, Sam Bakula, Luke Bakula connection is still there for that rivalry. If the Expos do fall to your division, it'll be the same exact division. Only one time has that happened in the past, and it was the Athletics,
Last year.
Astros, and Orioles past 2 years. So it could happen again, but 33% chance as we go along. Good luck to you in your off season.
Thank you.
And good luck to the Marlins as well. Thanks for being here to represent.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Throw your throw Marlins up there on that with that green marker.
Green marker. All right, we got them all in. Let's break down our Tier 1 and Tier 2 teams here. Obviously, we have in the Cardinal Blinds division the Orioles and the Rockies. Should be a fun rivalry with the Rockies emerging. We have Corner Pub and Grill with the Twins and the Astros. So changing it up a little bit there.
Yeah.
That should be a fun rivalry too. And then the Yankees and Marlins return for Tier 3. The Athletics are not in attendance today.
Right.
So the Expos will actually draw the last one. So we have a White Sox member here. So if the Sox do not pull Ketting, then the Expos have a 50-50 shot at the. It's kind of like that door thing, right? Where you have 3 doors, and you open one, and then do you want to change or
Yeah.
But the odds could be in their favor again. Let's bring up Tier 3. Derek Cornell is here with the White Sox.
All right, Derek.
Derek Cornell. There's some booze. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know why he's getting booed. He's a lovable guy.
Oh man, this could be exciting. We have Derek Cornell. Thanks for joining us in
Hey,
the
bud.
booth,
Bud, how we doing?
representing the Sox. You were here for the Sox last year too, right?
Was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good representation here in St. Louis by the Sox. Derek, the team had a 4-6 record last year. 4-1 with Ty Butler. If his baseball team, are you all rooting for his baseball team to lose?
Absolutely. 1,000%.
His coaching experience, he just needs to lose those games.
Everybody on our team, everybody in this league is alumni of other high schools in Missouri, so nobody really cares if Ty has any success there or not.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, wish the best for him, but would love to have him.
Yeah.
Would love to have him there.
Having a full season with Ty would have been a different story, I feel like, for the White Sox last year. He adds that stability at the top of the lineup and in left field. It's kind of just playing catch-up the rest of the time he was there. You all were, I'm doing the quick math in my head here, 0-5 without Ty and 4-1 with him. So it definitely shows the effect there. I know that everybody's rooting for his team to lose, but we thank you for joining us for White Sox. You've seen the tiers. Or seen the division.
Is there a division you want to get?
No.
No.
But there's not a division that I would not like to get either.
Okay.
And I think, Brian, you were saying before we started, nobody wants the White Sox here.
Yeah. I would say, they're probably the more feared Tier 3 team, most feared. Especially, again, you went 0-5, over 5 in the first 5 games, but then you went 4-0 in the next 4, and everybody always talks about the hot team in the playoffs is the team to be scared of, and it was looking a lot like you could have been that team. That came up a little bit short there at the end, but it was a bit scary. So
and still in it. I mean,
you're
still in it on Sunday night, still in it Monday morning, early still in it, and then quickly the last game wouldn't have mattered, but it was so close for the White Sox. All right, Derek. Here we go. If you pull Ketting, we have different divisions as last year. Other than that, it's going to be a fun next pull. Derek, Tier 3. Who will the White Sox fall to?
Corner Pub and Grill. And we get them anyway.
Twins, Astros, White Sox in what is to be a very fun division. Derek, thanks so much. Would you write it in brown, please?
Yeah.
Wow. This is good.
That's true.
Olderman gets traded or gets signs with the White Sox, and now is seemingly will be pitching.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll
team.
face him or not. So I bet we will.
And there's so many different connections between those two. Twins, maybe you didn't want those 2 draws. I feel like the Astros were a very strong second-tier team, and the White Sox arguably the strongest third-tier team. Knowing that you have the White Sox, we just talked about it, and we literally jinxed ourselves here.
It's all right.
But, what's your thoughts going into that?
Yeah, I again, the connections with our team, with two of the players, John and David, especially the first year after David switches, is great. I mean, to me, this is shaping up to be the most competitive, hardest division now. We'll see how some of the other teams fare out. Obviously, anything can happen in any season. But on paper right now, that one looks to be the toughest division.
It does.
So,
all right, our last one, we're going to call up Jimmy Nelson, who's going to be drawing for the Expos. And this will be our last draw because the A's, he pulled out his chair. The A's are not here, the only team not represented, so the A's will get whatever is left over.
What's up, Brian? Why don't you slap that guy right over here?
Jimmy.
Yeah, get that front and center, baby.
Let's get this question out of the way.
Cardinal.
Expos, 1-19 the past 2 years.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
There's a lot of good competition out here.
There is a lot of great competition. The Expos have stayed the course. You have a gem, a diamond in the rough with Sam Eichenlaub that you all found last year. Sam loved that you all signed him back, loyal to the Expos, loved hanging out with you all last year.
Sam's great. And a great player.
Yes. And if Sam can make that next jump, if you kind of bring your offense back to where
It'll
was,
be
your
back.
pitching's always scary.
We might have me having on a beer count. So.
But
we'll see.
You feel like every time you play the Expos, especially when you're pitching, you always have a chance at winning.
Anything could happen.
So anything can happen, and you showed it in 2020. Do you want the Ketting Ice Center? Do you want the same division?
No, I want the Cardinals all the way. If you could somehow cheat for that to happen, I would slip you a 20 under the table.
Well,
here you go.
50-50
Commish.
shot. If you pull the Cardinals, Line Shutters, what a division that would be, first of all.
That's what I want so
bad. That is 3 very tight friend groups, basically, having the Orioles, Rockies, and Expos in that. Or the other storyline is it's the exact same division with the Ketting Ice Center. You want this one?
No, I want the Cardinals. Me, Blake, and Brett drove over here on the way. I'm like, what a good division that would be.
What a drive home.
The Brentwood Forest division.
There'll be a fly in the car in that one. All right. We're going to do it here. Whatever he doesn't pull, A's get the other one, and our divisions have been decided. Jimmy Nelson to make the final poll.
Come on, baby.
Ketting Eye Center. It stays the same.
Second time in a row. I know, Jimmy, you didn't want that one, but thank you for joining us in the booth. Thanks for bringing the gnome for this year. It's funny,
No
it's
problem.
in Brian's face, too.
Should I leave this out?
Ketting Eye Center, thank you so much. You can write your name, and if you want to write the A's in the other one, too, you can. Sure. Well, there it is, Brian. Our divisions are set. We never want the same divisions. You always like to play different people. Last year it was fun, for rivalries for our division to play each other again, but you always want something different. And the Expos are in the Ketting Eye Center again with the Yankees and the Marlins. The Yankees went, basically almost undefeated last year with this division.
Yeah.
With their firepower offense, it could happen again.
Yeah, the Marlins can get back to that competitive 6-4, maybe steal one there. The Expos, like you said, when Jimmy's pitching's on and if their offense is there, they're in a lot of games. So you never know what can happen, but I think the Yankees got to be feeling pretty good about the way this drew out for them again. And so should be good there. And I love that the other divisions have quite a bit of shakeups there. What? Oh, okay. A lot of shakeups. I don't believe that we've ever been in a division with the Twins. Oh. So this might be the first time that's happened. Yeah. And then, I love the Orioles and the Rockies being together. And then you get the A's. The A's have been around for a long time.
And the A's consistently have played the Orioles very well.
Yeah.
We only beat them by 1, and I think 3 in both of our games we played last year. The battle of the one initial teams, as it were. So the A's definitely could make some noise. Been hearing some grumblings about some people might not being there for the A's this year, so it could be a new look A's depending on who they get. But we're excited to see that play out. One more time, let's recap our divisions. And we thank you for joining us at 1356 Public House. We have our Cardinal Blinds and Shutters division. Your Tier 1 team is the defending champion Orioles, followed by the Rockies, who are the upstart Chad Young, Cy Whiffle team.
It's weird to say that the Rockies are upstarts.
I know.
They've won multiple championships.
And then you have the Athletics, who 2-8 last year, hoping to build upon that this coming year. Corner Pub and Grill division, we have the Twins, the Stros, and the White Sox. Seemingly on paper, the most difficult division, and will be a fun storyline throughout the year. Could this be the year that we have 3 from the same division?
No, we say it every year, but it's never going to happen.
It'll be very tough for that to happen. And then your final one, the Ketting Eye Center, the same as last year. You have the Yankees, the Marlins, and the Expos. And you say it could never happen, but at the same time, this, in my opinion, the way that things have shook out, it could be the year. You're really good. Marlins, Rockies, they have notoriously gone back and forth with the playoffs the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Could that happen again as we go into season 22? So could happen. Will it happen? The likelihood is very low.
Yeah.
Lots got to happen.
Yeah, it's tough. I think the competition has gotten better. I think you've got, your clear top tier teams, but then you got a lot. We talk about it. You got 5 teams there in the middle, really, 5 or 6 teams, and anything can happen. The Expos prove that, going undefeated in the playoffs, that beautiful run. The A's have made it to the championship. There's some history here, a lot of players with history in the playoffs, a lot of winning. So I still think it would be tough for one division to get it, especially when you look at some of the Tier 2 teams. It means that if one division makes it, that means you're looking at a couple Tier 2 teams that should have a really strong chance to make the playoffs that aren't going to do it. So it'll be a wild year, but it'll be fun.
Well, all 9 teams in the SWBL have made the playoffs at least once since 2016.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen when it comes to one-on-one games, and one win could turn into 2 very quickly as we go along in the SWBL. For Brian Benware, I am Sam Skimmy. Thank you for joining us at 1356 Public House for the Season 22 Division Draw. Next time we'll see you, we'll probably be breaking down some podcasts or some captain interviews, Brian. We thank you for running those for us. We might even come back here for a little season preview podcast as well. And like I said, we'll be back on May 24th for the social event at 1356 Public House. I want to thank our division sponsors as well, Cardinal Blinds and Shutters. I'm getting new blinds from them in March.
Oh, nice.
And our front taken care of with Cardinal Blinds. Corner Pub and Grill, always delicious with those pepper jack cheese bites as well. We thank them for coming back again. And then we also have the Ketting Eye Center, who does both of our eye sites and many more in the SWBL. Ryan, anything to get us out of here?
Oh, no. It's good to see everybody here. Looking forward to the year. We've got a bunch more content coming out on the podcast. We still got to wrap up our top 5 players heading into season 22. And all the stuff you're used to hearing will come out, and we'll get closer and closer. And we're only 4 months away, bud. I mean, it's coming up quick, and it's going to be a great time. So stay healthy out there, everybody, and have a great time.
Division Draw, out.
See you.